each other when we're navigating stuff. And something I also really, really care about, and is one of the main things behind ACT Conference, is to create a strong network of facilitators where we can really hold each other accountable, and solve big problems that are currently happening in our industry, like facilitators that just really start steering hard towards narcissism. You know, ayahuasca can really blow that balloon up really big. And so, and when there's harm being done in the community, how do we approach that without creating a cancel culture or shaming or blasting them, and creating division through gossip? And so that's a really big issue that we haven't quite solved yet. And so I think as we come together as a community more and more, we can learn how to like move in the direction of compassion and love, because that's the ultimate like antidote and solve for shame. And so it's really complex. And but it feels good to be on the front lines with people that are working together to make it happen. And then in terms of integration, you know, it's a problem that we're also trying to solve for. It's hard to have the resources and the bandwidth to offer the type of long-term support that people need. On both sides, resources are limited. So it's like, how do we make those tools and resources accessible, and how can we increase our own bandwidth to hold these relationships that we're helping to catalyze towards change and transformation by being the facilitator, and then moving into a different capacity of like cheerleader or community advocate and friend, and move into maybe a place that doesn't need that direct attention, but that can still really help them feel supported. Like I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm in contact with 95% of the people I've ever worked with, you know, because I have my periodic check-ins, and I know where they are on their path. I know how far along they've gone, and it just keeps growing, this soul family of people who are changing, and they're changing other people's lives. So that's such a huge part of integration, and figuring out how to make it make sense for people is what we're really working on right now.
So appreciate that. I admittedly, I knew what the word integration meant, but in the context of harm reduction, I can't even tell you that I knew really much about harm reduction beyond Narcan 2 years ago. But have since become, especially getting to know some of the great folks that work with SSTP, a fierce advocate for harm reduction, especially as someone who has a complicated history. We'll learn more about that on Thursday if you attend the conference. But the integration piece, especially your brain being literally, I don't think literally on a scientific sense, but malleable or manipulable. The integration piece is really going to be, in my opinion, one of the predominant clinical and therapeutic issues that we really confront over the next decade of research.